Intros, yeah?
Intro. You do the intro. No?
Nah, I'm not a pro like you, man.
You can introduce yourself.
What is up, guys?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yes. The energy. I am here with Francis, and he's here with Moose.
Yes. Brilliant. We're here for a mock test in Morden.
Yes.
So we're going to have some fun today, right?
That's it.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
How's your driving been on the way here?
It's been okay, apart from nearly crashing the car.
What?
when we came in.
We're supposed to say that, man. keep that quiet. The driving's been amazing. So, when Muz got in the car, he told me that he hasn't driven since December, and I was like, oh God.
It's swear to do.
But you've been practicing with your dad, right?
Yeah. That's been a massive help.
Your dad's been telling you some weird and wonderful things.
Yeah.
Like how to avoid speed bumps by swerving all over the road. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? But we've taken a little drive, a little warm up. We've been practicing and helping Muz with his driving. So this should be good.
Yeah, let's hope.
What car do you normally drive?
A Nissan Micra, so worlds away from this one.
So let's put the test on and see how good your dad is at teaching.
He's good. If there's any failures on my part.
You have to say that though, right? Because you're going back to his house and he's only going to watch the video.
You need to keep that
out. Wicked. Are you confident? Are you going to pass?
We shall see.
Okay. Keeping it reserved.
Keeping it reserved.
Have you done any mock tests before, like with your previous instructor? Never.
First time. Yeah.
This would be the first time.
This would be a good experience.
Do you know what I tell everyone of my students?
Yeah.
I'd never expect you to pass the first mock test because it's a completely new situation and scenario.
Yeah.
The first time you do a mock test is the first time you've been super alone. All of your driving is only on you now.
Yeah.
So on lessons, you know that your instructor will jump in and help you if you need it. But on a mock test, on a real test, the examiner's just going to sit there and be like, what are you going to do? Yeah. So that first feeling of I'm fully independent is sometimes a little bit overwhelming, and it's a shock to the system. So if you don't pass today, you're going to learn a lot. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, that's the key thing for me.
And it's going to put you one step closer to passing your real driving test.
Yeah, that's the key thing for me. Yeah.
Okay, so if this is your real driving test, we're going to meet the examiner, we're going to rock up to Morden Driving Test Centre and be parked up, and they're going to say, right, what's your name? And you're going to be like...
Straight on Muz, just Muz.
Yeah, with a bit of energy though.
Yeah. I've got a driving test, I'm not going to be like, Muz!
Oh, okay, that's true, yeah. Your 56-year-old driving examiner won't appreciate the whole, what is up, guys?
Yeah, then I'll be like, yeah, it's Muz.
They'll be like,
a big smile.
Yeah, okay, wicked. Big smile, greet the examiner, warm and friendly, and they'll like you straight away, definitely, because you've got wicked energy.
Okay, cool.
So, they're going to start off with an eyesight check, recent prescription.
Yeah,
wicked,
definitely,
excellent.
Yeah.
Let's read that Alaskan van that's out in front of us, the number plate.
The number plate, WK11XCY.
Wicked, excellent. That's about the distance that they're going to ask you to read a number plate from on your driving test.
Okay, cool.
So if you can manage that, it's not hard, is it? Big tick in the box.
We've got one
thing.
That's one down. Yeah.
The next thing, have you been practicing your show me, tell me questions?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because you knew you were coming. I was going to ask you.
Yes, let's do this.
So, the first question I would like to know, should I give you a hard one then? I'm going to give you a hard one. How do you set your rear fog light and when would you use it?
Okay, so you'd turn on the dip headlights.
Yes.
And then you'd select the, I think it's this sign here, isn't it?
That's the fog light sign, yeah.
This is the rear fog light one.
Yeah.
And you'd switch it on when visibility is reduced to less than 100 meters.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Yeah, really good answer.
Yeah.
Really good. You don't have to show the button. It might be unfunfamiliar. It won't be unfamiliar on your car because you've driven it loads.
So how would you say that? Answer that one.
Just say I'm going to turn on the dipped headlights and press the fog lights button,
okay, cool.
And then I'll use it when my visibility is less than 100 meters.
Perfect.
Sometimes, especially nowadays, they ask you that question when you're out of the car.
Oh, okay.
Just so they spend less time with you in the car.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So, next. You've done the show me, tell me question. You know that you've got two things in the bag now. I've got my eyes, my question's done. All I've got to do now is manoeuvre and driving.
Yes.
And then I've got a pink license.
Yes.
Ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's put seatbelts on.
Cool.
Better get a mock test form as well.
Yeah.
I won't remember all of the mistakes that you're going to make.
There'll be so many.
Joking. All right, Muz, when you're ready, drive on.
No.
Turn right at the end of the road and then follow the sat nav.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome to the commentary on this mock test at Morden with Muz. If you're doing your test at Morden, note that this centre does not have its own car park, so you just have to find a safe place to park your car close by and the examiner will start your test from there. We've started on Dudley Drive because I prefer it to starting on a main road. Another good place to start your test is right outside the test centre in these bays. Wherever you start from though, note the speed limits. If you go away from the crossroads, you're at 20 miles an hour. But if you go towards this crossroads, you're at 30 miles an hour. The speed limits in Morden aren't obvious and can be tricky, so have lots of practice at spotting signs so you don't miss an important one when it counts. On the commentary, I'll be explaining when Muz does something good, when he does something not so good, and anything else that you need to look out for on the way. If you've got any driving hints or tips for Muz, let him know in the comments and wish him luck for his real test. While you're there, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next video as soon as it drops. Also, get involved with the action over on our Instagram where we share behind the scenes edits and you can have your say on what you want to see next on the channel. For now though, sit back and enjoy the drive.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay, Muz, pull up on the left in a safe place.
Sure.
Muz is being really careful about where he wants to stop. I probably would have preferred it if he stopped in the safe place before the junction, but there's lots of proper parking space on this road, so no harm done.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, then bear right.
When your examiner asks you to pull over in a safe place, you're just looking for anywhere with no red lines, no yellow lines, and no dropped curbs. When you're ready, drive on.
After 80 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, then bear right.
That's quite a confusing instruction and you'll see now Muz gets it wrong.
Bear right, then take the second left.
Wait.
Gone the wrong way there, haven't we?
Oh, apologies.
It's alright. Keep following the road ahead.
Listen, so 30 yards. Oh, gosh. Should we turn around there?
No, we're not going to turn around. Keep going.
Okay.
After 100 yards, turn right.
Great, follow that.
Okay, cool.
Turn right.
You can't get marked down for going the wrong way on your driving test, but you can imagine how much more pressure Muz is under now that he knows he's made a mistake. This is why it's really important to not just listen to the voice, also look at the screen.
After 90 yards, turn left, then turn left. Turn left, then turn left.
The sat-nav's rerouted us and we're now back on track. I hope Muz can focus and plan ahead and he's not still thinking about that mistake that he's just made.
Turn left.
Second.
Muz is a really confident driver and his car control is brilliant. He's only driven my car for 20 minutes before the test, but he's slick with the gears and he's got the pedals fully under control.
After 100 yards, turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn right. Turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn right. Turn right, then take the third left.
This is one of Morden's tricky bits. It's a dual carriageway with a really wide central reservation. It looks like Muz has worked it out. This is how it's done. What do you think the speed limit is on this road? It would be so easy to speed up to 30 miles an hour, assuming that the road's wide enough and safe enough for you to do that speed. This is why you need to practice in Morden before you do your test here, because the speed limits aren't always obvious.
After 100 yards, turn left. Turn left.
The steering control here is nothing short of perfection. Muz knows exactly how to steer to place his car exactly where he wants it around a corner. If he can drive like this on his real test, the examiner will definitely feel confident in issuing him a full driving license.
After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit, then turn left. Go right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit, then turn left.
Come on, guys, signal.
Morden has quite a few busy roundabouts. This is a small one compared to the rest. If you're doing your test in Morden, you need to be as confident on roundabouts as Muz.
And left.
Watch the pedals here. Muz is just showing off now. He's holding the car on this hill using the clutch biting point. This is advanced level and really impressive, but wouldn't go down well on your test. If you're stationary at a crossing, have brakes on so you don't accidentally roll, and if you get shunted from behind, you won't leap forwards. This is the A217 St Helier Avenue. It's 40 miles an hour and Muz wastes no time confidently getting up to speed here. He's a bit slow to react to the traffic light changing. He definitely wasn't planning on it changing to red, but he did well to stop. If he decided to go through it, he would have definitely failed. It's important to remember that the red and amber lights both mean stop. You can only go through an amber if it isn't safe to stop, and Muz had more than enough notice, and there was no one behind him stopping him from braking firmly. This red car has just undertaken us using the bus lane. The times on this bus lane are at any time, meaning it's an active bus lane all the time and you can never drive in it.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Muz checked his mirrors, signalled and moved into the only lane available to him in good time. The red car undertaking in an active bus lane is out of his control and he won't lose any points for it.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Muz is using all of his experience and planning ahead brilliantly. The sat-nav hasn't given him a direction, it's only said to cross the roundabout, but he's seen on the screen it's a junction straight ahead of him and moves into the left lane at the earliest opportunity before the TomToms even finished repeating the instruction. Now he's got loads of time to calmly set himself up for this tricky junction.
Alright, Muz, when it's safe to do so, I want you to open and close your side window. great. Thanks.
After 400 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Then keep right. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Then keep right.
The sat-nav has just told Muz to keep right. When it says keep right or keep left, it's important to look at the screen and apply that to what you can see on the road ahead of you. The keep right instruction is a bit early. It's coming up once we've cleared Morden Centre, so it would be incorrect to stay right as soon as we've come off the roundabout unless there's actually something to overtake, which there was. Also, we don't need to keep all the way to the right, as it just means the left lane is going somewhere we don't want to go. It would have been clearer if it said turn right, but this is the sat-nav they'll use on your driving test, so it's important to get used to the way it gives instructions.
After 200 yards, keep right, then bear left. Keep right, then bear left.
Again, bear left is a confusing instruction, but it usually just means the turn you're taking is a wider one than 90 degrees. It's still important to take the voice guidance with a pinch of salt and always make your driving decisions based on what you can see ahead of you. So in this case, because we're taking a left turn next, Muz would have been better off in the lane to our left.
After 100 yards, bear left, then turn left. Bear left, then turn left. Turn left. Turn right.
This junction has definitely caught Muz off guard, and with that learner car it was narrower than he thought, but he's done really well to control it and still get the car around the corner with really smooth steering. I am struggling to find faults here. Muz is an excellent example of how well you need to drive and how confident you need to be to pass a driving test. But he told me before we started filming that he wasn't confident in his abilities. He had an instructor who wasn't very positive and was always very critical. It's like I always say, if you're paying lots of money for driving lessons, you should expect excellent teaching. You wouldn't go back to a barber's who gave you a poor haircut and told you that you look rubbish. You should hold your driving instructor to the same standard.
Turn right, then turn left.
Great, pull up on the left behind the blue car. Don't worry about the yellow lines or drop curbs on this occasion. That'll do. Okay, what I want you to do next is move off from here and reverse park back into this position.
Okay.
Keep it reasonably close to the curb.
Yeah.
And don't finish further away than 2 car lengths with the car in front. Cool?
Cool, got you, yeah.
Okay, great.
This is Muz's manoeuvre. I've asked him to do a parallel park. Let's see how he gets on with it. His drive so far has been absolutely faultless, so I'm expecting really good things here as well.
Turn left.
The sat-nav's picked up the next instruction because we've moved slightly down the road. We're going to ignore that though. If at any point in your driving test you're not sure what to do and you need help or another instruction, you can always ask your examiner. So far, Muz is being really careful with his observations and his speed is under control. But he's just done 2 turns of the steering wheel without moving the car, which will make him end up too far away from the curb. I think that this is the hardest manoeuvre, and it does need a lot of practice so that you can do everything that's required while you're under pressure. Muz needed a correction there, he's worked it out and he's made it perfectly, but because it wasn't right first time and it did need that correction, he's going to get a driver fault.
Yeah, that's great, that's cool. Drive on when you're ready. And follow the sat nav. Okay, in a safe place, pull up on the left. Great, that's the end of independent driving. I'm going to direct you from here.
Okay.
Drive on when you're ready. At the end of this road, turn left.
Independent driving is what they call it when you follow a sat-nav or road signs instead of getting verbal instruction from the examiner. It lasts around 20 minutes, and when it's done, your examiner will let you know so you can expect them to tell you where to go from there. A cheeky bonus here is you'll also know you're 20 minutes into your driving test and probably on the way back, but don't lose focus, this is where you're most likely to make mistakes.
This road, I've never understood why it's at 20.
Never used to be.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Hey,
A lot of Morden is 20 miles an hour. On roads like this, that really could be faster. Muz and I discussed this at the end, and we come to the conclusion that actually, for a driving test, an area where everything is 20 miles an hour is only a good thing. Stay tuned to the end to hear the discussion.
At the traffic lights, turn left.
We are going to fast forward this road as well because, let's face it guys, Muz is a pretty amazing driver. He's going to absolutely ace this quite simple 20 mile an hour road. I love mock tests like this. It's a real education piece for someone learning to drive to be able to see the standard of driving they should aspire to.
Turn right, it's the third exit. End of the road, turn left. At the roundabout, go straight on, it's the third exit.
This is the last junction of Muz's test. He's only made one mistake so far. This is about to be the best mock test that we've ever had on the channel. He's going straight on, so he's in the left lane. It's clear to the right behind the red car, and he's setting off perfectly. Excellent observation, a gear change while turning as well. Signalled at the perfect opportunity when he's passed the last exit before his, and super smooth steering off the roundabout. Absolute perfection, Muz. Well done. This mock test is going to take some beating. Morden Driving Test Centre is just at the end of this road. We're going to turn right onto Dudley Drive where we started, and Muz can hear the good news.
Okay, let's take the next road on the right. Great, and then stop on the left. Don't worry about the driveways.
Okay. Just gonna stop here.
All right, Muz, well done. That was the end of your driving test. Did you find the very first driving test that you've ever done?
Good, very good experience.
Good experience. Okay,
Very good
different,
experience.
isn't it?
Yeah.
When we're
definitely.
not talking.
Yeah.
And you're on your own.
You saw me how I was
Yeah.
interacting initially. I was like, oh, I was
You
trying
were
to
like,
make chat.
can we not just keep chatting?
and then I clocked. I was like, hold on, this is actually
I was like, no, concentrate.
Yeah. It
And
was very different.
I gotta say, you did really well concentrating. I could see as you were driving around, you were noticing all of the speed signs.
Yeah.
You were clocking all of the hazards so far before they were a problem to you, and it was almost an automatic thing. Every time that a steering wheel moved, your head moved for the mirror as well.
Yeah.
Your dad should be super proud of the driver that you've turned into, honestly.
Cheers.
It's not just safe, but confident on the road as well.
Yeah.
You absolutely nailed that. That was
Apart from
so good. Apart from,
the traffic light.
tell me about the traffic
So
light.
on what was it 80 or 7? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a dual carriageway,
the
isn't it?
road, yeah.
So I started quite slow, and once I made the turn to the left, and I was like, okay, let me pick up.
Yeah.
I started picking up, going through the
Confident,
gears.
lovely.
And then I think this is the thing I've actually reflected on when I was driving, like, don't assume, because for the times that I've driven down that road, that traffic light has never stopped.
Okay.
And then as I was approaching it, all of a sudden I just saw amber,
Yeah.
and I obviously it was a very sharp break, and I went over the stop line.
Oh, you went over the stop line.
Was
Is
I
that
not?
what you thought happened?
Yeah, I thought I failed.
Because after that, you were like, I can hear you like, oh. So this is a really good lesson. Never assume that you failed your driving test, because you're in a really bad position sitting in the driving seat of a driving test to judge. Also, if you're now thinking about, that stop line, you're not concentrating on what's ahead. Your examiner might have seen one thing, but you've seen something else, so you're marking yourself too harshly. And the examiners, all they're thinking is, was that safe?
Okay.
If you'd have gone over that line, would that have been safer? Hell no. You stopped at the line, you did a nice smooth brake, you did check the mirrors as well.
Yeah.
So I was super happy. I didn't write anything down there at all. Yeah? I've got, this is almost a perfect drive. I've never seen a mock test that good. One minor.
No ways. Oh, yeah, I know why. Yeah. Because I went way out. I went way out, and I was like, how do I correct this?
Yeah.
You saw me like stop, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, go to the left more. And then,
Which was really good.
Yeah.
So you corrected it. You managed to work out that you need to be a lot closer to the curb. You were using your mirrors really nicely.
Yeah.
And you kept it under control and safe. What I did write down was brake and clutch. So you started off, you could feel the car wasn't comfortable. You were using the brake and clutch at the same time. Then installed it. But you realised what you're doing. You overcome the mistake and you carried on without being affected, which was a kind of a theme for that. You realised what was happening all the time. You were overcoming whatever hazard and challenge was on the road.
Yeah.
And you got to the end. You made it look so easy. Couple of other things. When you were on a hill turning left onto the A217, you were holding the car on the biting point.
Yeah.
You had no brakes on. Think if a car had come up behind you and nudged you from behind, you would have gone further forward. Plus, it's just a really bad habit to get into, to always hold your car on the bite. Because a couple of times maybe you won't be concentrating if you've got mates in the back, or you're eating and driving. So if you're not perfectly concentrating when you're using that technique, you might roll back a little bit and not notice. Your foot might slip off the clutch and stall. It's best to have your brake on when you're on a hill, because that is stopping you. It's not just holding you, it's stopping you. Yeah? Cool. So don't make that biting point technique a habit.
It's starting to become a habit.
Okay, let's change that. The examiner won't like that either. When you're at a hill brake.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
Yeah, brilliant. Excellent. That 20 road, when you said, oh, it's 20, it's so slow. Think about it like this. Let's change the narrative. Everybody says that. Oh my God, 20 is so slow, it's so boring. Actually, we're not trying to make our driving test interesting and exciting.
Yeah.
I try to make the videos interesting and exciting, but driving tests on the whole should be quite boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much should happen. If anything exciting is happening, it's probably a bad thing, right? We're failing if it's exciting. So let's make 20 roads a new perfect. If you're doing 30, how much faster is everything moving past you? Things are moving towards you really fast. You've got so much less time to plan ahead and concentrate. But if you're going at 20 miles an hour, things are moving really slowly.
That's true.
So you can look ahead, you can plan literally everything. There's no reason to fail if you're driving on a big road at 20, because how can you miss anything? Because you're not in a hurry on a driving test. 20 miles an hour is perfect for you.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not going anywhere quickly, going in a big circle, trying to be safe.
It allows you to pick up different hazards and all that.
Exactly.
Definitely.
When's your driving test? Do you want to tell them, or do you want to keep it secret?
It's 14th of June.
Okay.
14th.
Big up Mus for coming down and seeing us and doing a mock test with us today. Big him up and give him good luck and tips and tricks and hints for his driving test. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francis.
Catch you guys on the next video. In the meantime, drive safe. Bye.
Bye.